Good evening, everybody. How is everyone doing tonight? I hope everyone is doing well. I am. Thank you for asking. As y'all may be able to see, we're starting Hogwarts Legacy tonight. So I have not seen very little about the game. So this will be pretty much blind playthrough for me. I do love the Harry Potter books. They were probably one of the first series I ever got into and really got me into reading. So, but enough of that. Let's get into Hogwarts Legacy. I have not opened it yet, other than a quick second. I was gonna pause the screen on, but it wouldn't do that for me. So we're gonna jump right into it, right here, right now. Let's open it. Let's go. Let me turn audio back on before I click, just in case. That is pretty. Hope everybody is excited for this one. I will leave camera shake where it's at. Colorblind mode, normal, toggle aim mode. Able to change spell aiming from hold to top. Maybe later. Maybe later. Maybe later. We are not left-handed. Camera dead zone. Leave that where it is. Audio visualizers. Activates and deactivates the audio visualizers, which uses on-screen icons to indicate audio events. If y'all are scared of the spiders, I am not turning this on. I am not afraid of spiders, and I have seen other games where they have an arachnophobia mode, and it actually makes them worse. So we're gonna go with what is here. And we will change it if need be. I just made an account specifically so we could get this stuff. I have no idea if we'll use it, but it's always nice to have the extra stuff. I also bought pre-ordered the deluxe version so that we would have the dark art pack. See. We have the Onyx Hippogriff Mount, the Felix Falacious Potion Recipe, the Haunted Hogsmeade Shop Quest, and the Dark Arts Pack, which includes the Thestral and the Dark Arts Cosmetics. Honestly, I ordered the deluxe version. What just happened? I don't know why we lost sound. If it doesn't come back in the next few minutes, I'll look into it. I'm gonna do this on my phone. While we are sitting here, no, that does not work for me. I just made a Warner Brothers account, and it tried to give me a screen name or a username, Penguin Emerald. That does not work for me. While I'm doing this, I'm gonna reset my capture card real quick. Well, I don't want to get... Hold on. I want y'all to be able to see this. I'm getting sorted through this. So, let me... Okay. That's computer. Okay. There we go. Okay. Y'all can see. So let's get sorted now. I was hoping to get sorted in the game. River or forest? Choose one to continue. Oh God. I like both. River. Which of the following would most hate people to call you? Oh, ignorant, selfish, ordinary, cowardly. Ignorant? What kind of instrument most pleases your ear? I do like listening to a piano. Not so much. Depends. The violin's not bad. Trumpet. I think piano. Which of the following do you find most difficult to deal with? Loneliness? No. Boredom? Hunger? Being ignored? Cold? Hunger. Late at night, walking alone down the street, you hear a peculiar cry that you believe to have a magical source. Do you Draw your wand and stand your ground. Withdraw into the shadows to await development while mentally reviewing the most appropriate defensive and offensive spells should trouble occur. Draw your wand and try to discover the source of the noise. Proceed with caution, keeping the hand on your concealed wand and an eye out for probably that one. Which of the following would you most likely to study? Mer people? Centaurs? Werewolves? Vampires? Goblins? Trolls? Ghosts? Most likely to study? I honestly don't know. I'm just gonna pick werewolves. If you were attending Hogwarts, which pet would you choose to take with you? Well, I don't have anything wrong with toads or even cats, really, but I'm gonna take an owl only because I know an owl delivers my mail. If you were attending Hogwarts, which pet would you choose to take with you? Barn owl? Tawny owl? Snowy owl? Screech owl? Brown owl? Yeah, I want to screech. Left or right? Choose one to continue. Alright, the sorting hat is ready to make its decision. And the sorting hat says Hufflepuff. Okay, I guess that's what we're gonna go with. Okay, wand. First of all, would you describe yourself as tall, short, or average height? Interesting. Average. And your eyes, dark brown, black, hazel, blue, blue-green? My eyes are more of a blue-green or a blue-gray. I'm gonna go with blue-gray. Was the day on which you were born an odd number or an even number? An even number. Do you most pride yourself on your determination, originality, imagination, optimism, resilience, kindness, intelligence? Kindness. Traveling alone down a deserted road, you reach a crossroads. Do you continue left towards the sea, right towards the castle, ahead towards the forest? Well, that would depend on what my destination was when I got on the road. Do you most fear fire, small spaces, darkness, isolation, or heights? Small spaces. In a chest of magical artifacts, which would you choose? Silver dagger, golden key, ornate mirror, dusty bottle, glittering jewel, black glove, bound scroll. If I had just found it out of curiosity. The dagger, I guess. I don't know about that one. Red wood with a dragon core, 12 and a half inches, and slightly yielding flexibility. Wand quality redwood is in short supply, yet constant demand due to its reputation as being good fortune to its owner. As is usual the case with wand lore, the general populace have the truth back to front. Redwood wands are not themselves lucky, but are strongly attracted to witches and wizards who already possess the admirable ability to fall on their feet, to make the right choice, to snatch advantage from catastrophe, the combination of such a witch or wizard with a redwood wand is always intriguing, and I generally expect to hear the spilling exploits when I send the special pairing out for my workshop. Okay, what's next? I'm sorry, I did not realize this was going to take so long. Wanted y'all to be part of the sorting, but goodness. I'm gonna retry the connection one more time. Doesn't look like it's gonna work, so we're just gonna continue without it, and we will we'll just skip it for now. It's just all the... Oh, there we go. That's all the special stuff we got for having the deluxe version. I hope that works for y'all. Okay. We are pleased to inform you that you have been accepted at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry as a 5th-year student. Term begins on 1 September. Preliminary supplies have been collected for you and will accompany you on your journey to the castle. As you may be aware, the decree for reasonable restrictions of underage sorcery prohibits the use of magic by those under the age of 17 outside school. However, due to your unique circumstances, the ministry has graciously agreed to allow Professor Eleazar Fig to help you hone your spellcasting before escorting you from London to the castle for the start of term feast and the sorting ceremony. Yours sincerely, Professor Weasley, Deputy Headmistress. Oh my god. I don't know. when I think. Whoa. Not quite that pasty. I'm gonna go with 3. And I'm gonna go no buttons. Hairstyle. Alright. Let's see what we've got. I would go with the color, but red would be what I'd choose. And they're just not red enough for me. So I am actually gonna go not full on black there. I'm gonna go with this. Now let's find a style we like. Not too bad. Wait. These? That's too... No. 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 There's not a good long-haired male haircut. No. So this one or this one? I'm gonna go this one. Oh. Next. Freckles and molds. Bars and marking. I think no. Eye color. I think we're gonna go with these. These maybe. We'll go with those. Just gonna move the eyebrows long. Oh man.
I am indeed a student, but I could very well be able to help you.
It was wonderful. I believe I'm really going to enjoy this class.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade. A few cobwebs and some dust. Nothing to be concerned about. That was quite something. I am indeed a student, but I could I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade. A few cobwebs and some dust. Nothing to be concerned about. It was wonderful. I believe I'm really going to enjoy this class. That was quite something. I am indeed a student, but I could very well be able to help you.
I'm gonna leave it on normal for now. What should our last name be? I'm gonna go gray. We are a wizard. All right. Let's get started.
It appears we are almost ready to depart. It's a pity we didn't have a bit more time to spend on spellcasting. I presume you've been practicing the spells we worked on.
I have, Professor.
Well, I'm quite sure I've never seen anyone take so quickly to a second-hand wand. You'll be a force to be reckoned with when you get your own.
Thank you, Professor Fig. I appreciate you working with me before the term begins.
Oh, Eleazar!
George, glad my rather cryptic description of our location did not thwart your finding us.
I've apparated to more vaguely defined destinations than this. Though I confess I may have miscalculated slightly on my first try. Gave quite the fright to some theatre-goers in the West End.
It's been much too long. When I received your owl, I must say I...
Best not speak here, Eleazar.
Of course. Why don't we speak en route to Hogwarts? We have a start-of-term feast and a sorting ceremony to get to.
Wonderful idea! As long as your young charge here doesn't mind me tagging along.
Not at all, sir.
After you.
Ages since I'd been to the castle. Would be good to see the old pile of rocks.
Okay.
Glad I caught you before you left for Scotland.
Just barely.
And who is your traveling companion?
A new student.
New?
Yes, sir. I'm starting school as a 5th year.
How extraordinary.
It is indeed. None of the faculty has ever heard of anyone being admitted to Hogwarts so late.
Nor have I.
Of course, as the other 5th years will have been honing their magical skills for 4 years now, the headmaster asked if I could get our new student up to speed a bit before the term begins.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better mentor. Professor Fig is not only an exceptional teacher, he's also a remarkably intuitive and gifted wizard.
Mr. Osric is prone to flattery. I dare say it's one of the reasons he's risen so far at the ministry.
Have you seen this?
I have. Opinions differ as to how great a threat Ranrock really is.
Although I've yet to convince my colleagues at the Ministry, I believe he is a significant
Is that a dragon?
threat. And it was your wife, Eleazar, who alerted me to his activities months ago.
Miriam? How?
She wrote to me about Ranrock before she died, wondering what the Ministry knew about his activities. Before I could respond, I received this. It was the last thing she sent me, Eleazar. It came to me via her owl, but with no correspondence. I can only assume
That she had to get rid of it quickly to keep it safe.
presumably from Ranrock. I cannot open it. Whatever magic protects this is powerful indeed.
It looks like goblin metal. That symbol.
What's that glow?
I don't see a glow.
Nor do I. Merlin's beard. How did you...
Wait! We didn't...
Hang on! Are you all right? You're hurt.
Perhaps a bit.
Take this. It's Wiggenweld potion. That stuff will right you in a second.
What happened?
Poor George. I can't believe he... What the hell got into that damn thing? Attacking a carriage mid-air? A typical dragon would never...
Professor? Sir, where are we?
I'm not sure. But that key you discovered was clearly a port key.
Port key?
An item enchanted to bring whoever touches it to a specific place.
Hero of some kind.
I'm feeling better, sir, if you'd like to look around a bit.
I would. But stay close. We've no idea who created this port key. Or why.
How far did that port key take us?
Farther from London than the carriage travelled. We're somewhere in the Scottish Highlands.
Sir, those ruins. Do you
The
think...
port key was meant to lead us there? I do. This has not been the day either of us expected. But Miriam sent that port key to George for a reason. And I believe that she, and now George, died in pursuit of whatever it was meant to lead to. If you're sure you're all right, and wouldn't mind indulging me, I'd like to have a look around.
Absolutely, sir.
Good. Let's see if we can find a path, however faded it may be. Mind your step.
Where do you suppose your wife got the port key that brought us here?
A good question. Miriam spent years searching for evidence of a long-forgotten form of ancient magic.
Hold on. I'm sure that the music in this game is absolutely beautiful. And at some point, I'm going to have to play it where I can hear the music. But for now, I'm going to turn it off. I am sorry for that. Ooh.
Ancient magic?
Yes, a powerful magic wielded by a rare few that seems to have been lost to time. Hogwarts Castle was built by, and is itself a stronghold of that ancient magic. I don't know where she came into possession of the portkey, but I am...
I know this is... But I can see that my audio sliders are peaking out, and that is no good.
It was to do with that search. Ah, there's the path down below. This way.
But sir, why was your wife searching for evidence of lost magic?
Miriam wanted to understand why such powerful magic disappeared from the wizarding world. Spoke of the good it could do. But magic is no different than any power. What really matters is the one who wields it.
Is that ice?
It's not cold enough here. It appears to be a sort of enchantment. Someone wanted to block this path. Let's see some of that wand work you were practicing. Focus on the center. Excellent!
Use the camera, select an active target. Some players prefer to select a target and move the avatar with the same stick. By disabling camera relative targeting and settings. Alright. We'll have to see how we like it.
That was a bit rougher than I'd expected. Ah, up there.
Look at that stance. Oh, there was a secret over here. I don't know if breaking these chests is doing any, or these pots is doing anything for me.
We're close
Probably
now.
not.
It's just ahead. Steady yourself! Reparo!
Whoa.
Almost there!
Why would someone have built this here?
I suspect they valued their privacy. That portkey led us here for a reason. Let's have a look around for anything that seems out of place.
This guy's missing a hand. The minimap shows your surroundings with you being the purple arrow in the middle. This yellow indicator is your current objective. Press and hold up to toggle quest and objective details.
That enchanted crystallized stone again. But what could it be blocking?
Oh, this is like the where the
Professor
portkey was
Fig.
hidden.
How odd. Why would someone have conjured that enchanted stone here?
And how is there a room behind it?
What room? I don't see anything.
There's that glow again, like the glow on the portkey container.
What is special
In
about
Merlin's
us?
name? Godric's heart.
Where are we?
I don't believe it.
Don't believe what? This isn't Gringotts, is it? This is Gringotts?
Hello?
It can't be. Just a moment. Oh. Where are we here? Welcome to Gringotts Wizarding Bank.
Holy crap.
Vault number 12, I presume.
Precisely.
The key?
Your wife's portkey.
Oh, yes, of course.
This way, then.
Stay close.
After you. Keep your hands inside the cart if you don't wish to lose them.
That is not what I pictured the cart's looking like.
How many vaults are there in Gringotts?
Hundreds. In fact, you'll see quite a few on our way to vault number 12. As we speak, we're just beneath the main lobby. The vaults you see now are the newest.
Are private entrances to the bank common at Gringotts?
They are most uncommon. Only one with great wealth or power, or both, could have arranged for such a service. You'll want to take a breath.
A what? That waterfall washes away all enchantments. It's a security measure.
Experienced the thief's downfall before, have you?
Heard of it?
These are the lower vaults that we're passing now.
How deep are we going?
Vault number 12 was commissioned shortly after Gringotts was founded over 4 centuries ago. It resides in the deepest part of the bank. Settle in. We've quite a distance to go.
I don't know why, but I always pictured the carts to be like mine carts.
Vault number.
Vault 12. Momentous day.
On your way.
Why is there an additional security goblin down here? What?
Professor, the armband that guard was wearing was glowing.
Like the glow you saw on the portkey container?
No, darker. I saw that same glow on the dragon's collar.
Yeah, what was that?
We were just wondering about that goblin back there.
He watches over the oldest section of the bank. Rare anyone goes there anymore.
I completely missed that. It was
Here
visible
we
to us.
are.
When was the last time this vault was accessed?
A goblin has been stationed at my desk for hundreds of years. In that time, no one has visited Vault 12. Until today. Vault 12.
Thank you for your help.
What do you suppose we should be looking for?
I'm not sure. Sir, I wonder if you
The
might...
instructions for Vault 12 indicate that I am to grant access to the holder of the key and then close the door.
Wait!
What? I'm surprised we
Professor?
could hear him through the door.
That was certainly unexpected. Let me think. There must be something here.
Yeah, the wall.
Revelio, perhaps?
Revelio?
Yes, a revealing charm. No time like the present. Let's see what we're missing, shall we? Ready your wand and focus.
Steady your wand with L and guide it along the symbol's path to learn the spell. Press the corresponding input when prompted to accelerate your wand. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Almost messed that up again.
Revelio. There! I saw something.
Move a bit closer and try again.
A door.
Well, that's a start. There's that symbol again. I don't suppose you see a way to...
I do, Professor. That symbol has the same glow as the one I saw on the portkey container.
If what you can see reveals the way forward, then I dare say we are about to discover the secret of this vault. Lead the way.
This voice sounds very Daniel Radcliffe.
Lumos! This is no ordinary vault. I suspect we will need to earn our way out of here.
What do you mean, earn our way out? Do you think this is some sort of test?
I do. But to what end, I can't say. Stay close. There will be no disapparating if things go poorly. Not out of Gringotts.
We're just walking around
I see something
blind.
up ahead.
What is it?
That glow again, but on the floor.
Lumos! What happened?
When I moved towards the glow, it suddenly seemed as if the ground was swirling about.
Are you all right?
Yes, sir, I'm fine.
You seem to have caused the floor to change.
That statue?
What statue?
I see some sort of statue, but only as a reflection in the floor. Revelio.
I presume this is what you saw reflected in the floor.
It is. The reflection's still there, but the statue's positions don't match. Wait. When you moved, the reflection turned in the direction of the light.
Perhaps you should cast Lumos.
Lumos. You required a wand lighting charm, Lumos, which has automatically been slotted in your spell set. Lumos creates a light at the tip of your wand to help you see in the dark.
Lumos.
Well done.
Now the reflection is turning towards me. It does follow the light.
Oh shit, are we about to battle?
Look out!
Protego!
Accio! Descendo! Levioso! Deposo!
A lot of O's.
Deposo! Expulso! Confundo! Descendo! Levioso!
Oh,
Levioso!
Protego!
Confringo!
oh. I completely missed that I was supposed to break him.
Confringo!
Protego.
Deposo! Expulso!
Stupefy!
Levioso!
Protego! Stupefy!
Expulso!
Oh,
Deposo! Descendo!
Stupefy!
Deposo! Confringo! Levioso! Confringo!
that
Lumos!
one's not moving.
Stay close!
Professor! Professor Fig! Professor, where are you? This isn't good. Where am I supposed to go? What's happening? The wisps of magic seem to be leading me somewhere. Ah, that's where they're leading me. That glow again.
seeming very interesting.
Lumos. Revelio. I suppose I'm on my own this time. Lumos.
Oh, there's...
It seems I have no choice. I'm going to have to fight my way out of here. Protego! Stupefy!
Too early.
Stupefy!
Hold triangle during Protego to stun enemies with a Stupefy. Counterattack. Stunned enemies take extra damage indicated by gold numbers.
Protego! Stupefy! Stupefy! Lumos.
What?
Stupefy! Stupefy! Protego! Stupefy!
Oops.
Stupefy! Protego! Stupefy!
Well, I hope I don't need a health potion anymore.
Lumos. Revelio.
A potion or something?
There you are. How did you...
Oh, he went back into the vault.
What is this place?
I don't know. But I found this floating above that basin.
That is no mere basin. That is a pensive for viewing memories. I wonder... Follow my lead.
All is in place.
The portkey is well hidden.
Perhaps too well. I wonder if the path we've created...
May be impossible to follow. It will only be impossible for one who cannot see traces of ancient magic as I can.
Your ability to see what others cannot will not be enough, Percival. We are entrusting the one who embarks on this path with powerful secrets, with knowledge others will do anything to obtain.
Yes, and if we are correct, Charles, the witch or wizard who completes the trials will have proven themselves worthy of that knowledge, and the responsibility that accompanies it.
We've done all that we can.
That's what you're seeing. The glow that surrounded them.
Yes, sir.
Astonishing.
Can I see magic?
Traces of an ancient magic, to be precise. The magic that Miriam had always believed existed, but could never. Miriam, and perhaps George, died in pursuit of knowledge that has been dormant for centuries. And you, it seems, are the key to understanding why.
It all looks rather different than it did a moment ago.
Someone's coming.
Who were they?
I don't know. But, sir, you shouldn't be in here.
I was right.
Ranrock.
Seems my reputation precedes me. I was beginning to think no one was ever going to visit Rackham's vault.
And why are you here?
No need for that. Just give me whatever it is you found here and we can let bygones be bygones.
Sir, they have the key to the vault.
Choose your next words wisely.
I only meant that the instructions to Vault 12 were quite clear. Sir, I must insist. I was to grant access only to one with the key, and you didn't have them.
I have no patience for traitors. Now, where were we?
I'm not giving you anything.
Well, perhaps your young friend here will be more helpful.
Oh no.
I know a way
Professor Fig.
Professor!
Are you all right?
Fine, sir.
Thought we were going to lose
I've
Professor
never
Fig
seen
there.
so powerful a goblin. He seemed wholly unaffected by my magic.
Something to do with that gauntlet.
Where are we?
It can't be. It seems those who set up the pensive, the locket, and the path to both wanted someone with your ability to end up here. Come. We have a sorting ceremony to get to.
Wait, where are we? Forbidden Forest? Hogsmeade? Good introduction. I like the little loading indicator at the bottom too. Switching between the house sigils, mascots.
Oh, good. We haven't missed the sorting ceremony. I'm no expert, but that seems more appropriate. Now, I need to study this locket as soon as I can, but first I must contact the Ministry. They need to know what happened to George and be warned of Ranrock. For the moment, I ask that you keep all that's happened this evening between you and me.
Of course, sir.
Thank you.
Oh.
Ready for the sorting ceremony? Phineas, Nigellus, Black. Prepare yourself to meet the headmaster.
Fig, nice of you to join us. The sorting ceremony's over.
There were complications.
Complications?
It seems the goblin problem has...
Enough! Goblins. I've no time for rumors, Fig, and I'm rapidly losing whatever patience I had left. If you're lucky, we might still be able to get you sorted this evening.
I'll be in touch.
Professor Weasley, we've one more to be sorted.
Welcome. You're just in time. Have a seat.
Ah, yes. A bit older than the others, aren't you? You come here with preferences and preconceptions. Certain expectations.
I'm looking forward to exploring Hogwarts and the world beyond the castle and grounds.
Indeed. Much can be gleaned by having an adventurous spirit, but your professors have a great deal to teach you as well. I wonder... I detect something in you. A certain sense of... what is it?
Is it ambition? I may seem single-minded, but it is important to go after what you want from life.
Interesting. You've recently learned that you possess a rare ability. I detect a growing sense of ambition, an eagerness for power. Perhaps you belong in Slytherin.
Okay, that's what it gave us. That's what we're gonna go with.
You belong in Slytherin!
Oh, and one more thing. Due to the unfortunate injury on the pitch in last spring's final, this year's Quidditch season has been cancelled. Enough! It's not as though I've banned flying altogether. But don't tempt me. You are here to focus on your academic futures. I'm sure you will have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow. I said, I'm sure you all have plenty to do before classes begin tomorrow.
Wait, so the sorting took place after the
Quite an
feast?
entrance. It's lovely to meet you. I'm...
Professor Weasley, would you be so kind as to show our new student to their common room?
I shall see to it, sir. As I was saying, I'm Professor Weasley. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Professor.
As Deputy Headmistress, it is my distinct honor to show you to your common room. Right this way. It's quite uncommon for a student to begin as a fifth year. It may be a bit of a challenge, but one I'm sure you're up for.
I can be quite resourceful.
I suspected as much. This is the entrance to the Slytherin common room. In order to enter, one must simply speak the correct password. Aspiration.
Very well. Aspiration.
Well done. Now, go on in and get some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
Looks like everyone's gone. Better head to the common room.
Okay. I just loop around? Oh. Okay. This is bigger than I was expecting.
I suppose some introductions are in order.
That new figure must be different.
Can I help you? Ah, you're the new 5th year. I'm Sebastian Sallow. Welcome to Slytherin.
Thank you.
Not everyone has a ministry escort to school.
He was a friend of Professor Fig's who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow. Glad you and Fig are all right.
It was dreadful, certainly, but quite an experience nonetheless.
Interesting perspective. How did you and Fig manage to escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't mean to press. You just get yourself settled. We can talk more later.
What book were you reading?
A spell book I picked up. Has a few interesting things, but not exactly what I was looking for. I'm sure you'll find out soon enough. But not every spell you may need can be found in our assigned textbooks.
Are you saying some spells aren't taught at Hogwarts? Which ones?
Seems I may have met a kindred spirit. That is a conversation for another time. It was good meeting you. Good luck today.
There's only one common room that everyone...
If you do that, you'll lose. Trust me. Ugh, not going to move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Checkmate.
Told you. They should have listened to me. Ah, I know who you are. You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you and Fig. I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
We handled it. And I think you're underestimating the nature of a dragon. A broom would have been kindling.
Ha, not the way I fly. Perhaps one of these days I'll show you a thing or two about flying. I can teach you more than Kogawa ever could. Speaking of which, I'd like to get in some time on my broom before classes.
Do you have a lot of time to fly during school?
I make the time. There's nothing like swerving through the spires of the castle and around the Quidditch pitch to clear the mind.
Are you a keen Wizard chess fan? You knew that boy was going to lose the match.
Not really. Much too sedate a pastime for me. Also, it's simply not that challenging. The moves are always so obvious. Why does no one else see it?
Goodbye, Imelda.
Nice meeting you.
I really hope we get to see, or at least hear one today. I think I heard one.
Underwater?
Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new 5th year. I'm Ominous. Ominous Gaunt.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you certainly had a memorable arrival.
I'd much rather have arrived on time and without a dragon attack en route.
I'm sure. How horrible. I can only imagine. Well, it's good to have you in Slytherin. Do let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here.
Were you expecting to be sorted into Slytherin?
Most certainly. My family on my father's side are direct descendants of Salazar Slytherin, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts. Not something I'm especially proud of, mind you. He was obsessed with blood status, a pure-blood maniac. Unfortunately, most of his descendants do not fall far from that tree.
Did that student say he thought he heard a mermaid?
Yes, but I've never heard of a mermaid showing up outside our common room window. It is fun to play along, though. Been known to keep some first years on the lookout for hours.
Keep blind.
Thank you, Ominous. Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure was all mine. Don't be a stranger.
Is the new fifth-year Slytherin in here? Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the stairs. I think it's rather unique.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
What is going on?
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Do keep up! Why don't you cast
Revelio
on that statue and see what details the field guide can provide?
Kelpie statue. This statue depicts the Kelpie, a shape-shifting water demon native to Ireland and Great Britain, which usually takes the form of long-maned horse. The largest Kelpie ever reported is the Loch Ness Monster in Scotland. Just unlock the Field Guide Challenge. A progress reward completes challenging appears here. This is our only way to acquire experience points and XP. Only way to... Oh, okay. Wizarding level. XP earned from challenges increases your level and power. Okay. Field Guide tracks your current challenge progress. Collecting your first guide page unlocked a new challenge category. New challenge you unlock throughout your adventure will appear here. Select Field Guide page to continue. Each challenge has tiers. Special rewards unlock at each tier you complete, from appearances to critical upgrades. Rewards must be claimed from the challenges menu. Come back often to collect the rewards you have unlocked. Okay.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle. Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Hogwarts is divided into two main areas. The left side of the map is where students and professors live, and includes the house common rooms and the Great Hall. Wait, what? Oh, the grand staircase. In this view, you can see the flue flames available in that region. Green flue flames represent flames you have discovered, including your own house common room. Gray flue flames reveal the location of the undiscovered flames. The right side of the map is where you can find academic points of interest, including the astronomy tower, library, and greenhouse. Professor Weasley has unlocked Central Hall Flue Flame for you. It's R to rotate the map and fast travel to the Central Hall Flue Flame with unlocked fast traveling pretty quick.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak.
Revelio.
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become Auras. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain, and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins, and I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for now. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Oh, do shut up.
Revelio.
Central Hall Fountain. This ornate fountain features intricately carved statues of denizens of the magical world, including a set of stone sirens circling the fountain base. Ooh.
In my blood, my mother says. From her side, at least.
Revelio.
Why is this glowing? Okay, there's something more to that. Yeah, I know. Go to Professor Fig. However, I am actually going to call it quits here for the night. So, I will see y'all in the next one. Good night.